So this severe storm has been traveling through pretty much Pennsylvania. It's now reached New Jersey and is about to get over to us. It is just coming over from Sandy Hook, and it'll be here. We are in Sunset Park. We're going to be walking into the storm like we always do, but I'm breaking a rule. I'm going to have the storm in front of me, not on my back. This is a little dangerous. I picked Sunset Park area because we're going to go down to 8th Avenue. And we're going to stay in the commercial district. That way I could get up against some buildings in the event that I'm in, some trouble. Now, there's a couple of spotters out west that have observed large hail and lightning strikes and wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour. So this is a serious one. And as you saw on the graphic that I threw up there, we are under a severe thunderstorm warning. And you can hear that thunder. I mean, it is just constant thunder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the commentary to a minimal, okay? You guys will hear me talk when I need to. But for now, I'm going to let you guys listen to some of this thunder before I start moving out of the park, because I need to get to 8th Avenue quick. Now, we don't know if this storm is going to hold up to the same intensity when it gets here. That's the thing about these storms. Sometimes they weaken. Sometimes they get stronger. But here's the thing. If you saw the temperature, and I guess I'll throw it up again, it's 90 degrees right now. It was 95 today, and it's a lot of heat and humidity in this air to fuel these thunderstorms. So I would expect that it is going to stay strong. And again, we're going to go down to 8th Avenue. I'm going to start backing up here, getting ready to do my escape route. And we're going to walk into this storm. We're going to walk in the direction that this storm is coming when we get down to 8th Avenue. So here we go. If you're wondering what time it is right now, it is pretty much 7 o'clock. We've got an hour and a half left of sunlight, but as you can see, it is getting very dark right now. Right now we are on 41st Street and we want to get down to 8th Avenue. So we still have to hit 7th. Now when this storm gets in here and it really kicks in, I'm not going to be doing any talking unless, there's something I want to tell you. But we're going to keep it, like I said, commentary to a minimum. People like to listen to the storm, not my voice, but also it's hard for me to think and make decisions in a situation like this when I'm trying to focus on what I should be saying on camera. So it just, all around, not a good idea. First sign that this storm, well, there's many signs, but first sign that this storm might be a really big one is the smell. Right now it smells like the ocean. I think it's starting to rain. If you hear that, that is rain falling on the trees above me. It's not making it to the ground because of all the cover. Here comes the wind wall. It's going to get really windy here, guys. I do not have the wind screen, so you're going to hear that wind. And if you look up there, there comes our shelf cloud, wall clouds coming in. Here comes the wind, guys. So these are the 60, 70 mile an hour gusts I was talking about. Now, those winds are not 60 to 70 mile an hour. They're more like 40. But I'm just saying that that's what they're reporting out west. So we'll see if we get up to that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my grandmother's old block. Go down 42nd Street, get down to 8th Avenue as quick as possible here. This is starting to deteriorate quick. So this right here is my grandmother's block. This is where I used to play as a kid. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome in. I always talk about it with my regulars about Sunset Park, living in the neighborhood here. My grandmother lived on this block. I'm going to pass right by her house. We lived on 8th Avenue. We were down here during the really dangerous times of the 70s and 80s. High crime. You name it. They had it all. This was my grandmother's house right here. I had to get into the street. I got to get in front of these people. They're walking too slow. Starting to feel the first raindrops. Let's take a look at this sky now. Look at that sky. Look at the sky over here. Look at that. What I'll do is I will get across so we could see if we could get a look here of anything. Rain is starting to come down. Umbrella's gonna have to go up in a second. We're gonna stay on that side because that's the side that will protect us from the wind. One second as I get the umbrella ready. The rain has officially started. I'll tell you, walking head into this storm is going to be a killer, but we're going to do it. We're going to manage it. Now, I know a lot of people out there say you shouldn't be doing this. I've been doing this for over 20 years, whether it be in a car or walking or photographing from a distance. So I have a lot of experience with this. That does not mean I can't get myself into trouble. But I always tell people that I'm willing to take that risk, so you don't have to. So please don't do what I'm doing, because it could get really dangerous. There's been a few times on camera where I've almost gotten struck by lightning. You could go back into my thunderstorm videos, and you can see there's been some close calls. The last close call I had was 92nd Street, 4th Avenue. A bolt of lightning hit the big tower office building right across the street from me. It was like 150 feet away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop over here for a second. That's it, kid. It is raining. He's checking to see if it's raining. I think he knows it's raining. I'll let those two get some distance. I don't like to have people walking right in front of me when I'm doing a thunderstorm walk. All right, so the wind is starting to pick up a bit. We're starting to see the traffic lights starting to dance a little bit. Still nothing crazy yet. I would say the center of the storm hasn't reached us yet, but we'll see. Like I said, you never know. Sometimes these storms do weaken. You guys are going to see my umbrella in the camera a lot on this walk because the wind is coming through against me. I'll be honest, we have not seen anything severe yet. Still waiting to see a sign of a severe thunderstorm, but nothing yet. All right, we're starting to see some wind pick up again. I'm getting hit with a lot of crosswind right now, guys. I'm gonna take a break right here for a second. All right, so far, no bueno. This is what happens with thunderstorm chasing, man. You get these really nice big storms. They look beautiful as they're coming in, and then all of a sudden, poof. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see if the storm center passes over us. If you don't hear rain, that's because I am under an awning right now. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking a little break here. I will tend to take breaks while I do my thunderstorm walk. And by the way, we're on 50th Street and 8th Avenue. That's where we are now. We started this in the park on Sunset Park over on 7th. Actually, more on the 6th Avenue area. And we have made it to 8th Avenue and 50th Street. The goal is to make it to the high streets. High streets and high avenues. We'll see if we can make it down to 13th Avenue. I'm going to be honest, my lightning rod meter, my built-in lightning rod meter inside of me is saying that this storm has lost all of its energy. But there's still more to go, so, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I think we're only, I lost track of time because I had to stop the camera for a second, but I think we're about 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. I'll tell you one thing, it is windy. That is one characteristic that is showed up. But no heavy rain and no lightning strikes or nothing. I mean, when we started this, like when I was showing you that view, I mean, it really looked like it was gonna end the world. But guess not. We'll see. This will just be a rain walk, I guess. Good thing I did commentary, because this would be really boring if I was just walking around and there's nothing going on. Alright, I guess since the weather's not as dangerous as I thought it was going to be, we'll do some camera panning at times. We are on 8th Avenue. This is a Brooklyn's Chinatown. Got a light here. We're waiting for the light to turn green. For us, at least. Well, he missed the light. So now we could go. We were down here last, I want to say, man, I think we were down here about a couple months ago. Weather was much nicer, of course. Getting hit with some crosswinds. Pretty strong crosswinds right now. Coming off of this building right here on my left. That tall building. That'll happen. You'll have winds bounce off those tall buildings and come right across and hit you on this side. If you were to visualize wind, it's just like water. It'll flow in the path of least resistance, and if something gets in its way, it'll divert or splash. And that's what'll happen sometimes with these winds. They'll hit these tall buildings on my left, and I'll be getting, winds in front of me when I should be getting them behind me. So yeah, this turned out to be a doozy. Oof. We still got to walk in. We still got more stuff heading towards us. We'll see what happens. I could tell you what happened though. I living in this area my whole life with thunderstorms. The waters are still cool. The waters in the harbor are still cool. A lot of times what happens is the storms will get over that open water, and all it takes is just a few minutes and it'll lose a lot of its punch. You got to remember, a lot of these storms, as they're coming over the northeast, they're passing over a lot of greenland, a lot of heat and humidity coming off those trees. You got the atmosphere, it's nice and hot and soupy, and you get some really nice thunderstorms, but then you'll get situations where as the storms get over here, they get over that cold water. The water is still chilly down here. And they'll lose their punch. That's all it takes. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. If you guys have ever heard of Murphy's Law, I'm going to play Murphy's Law. What I'm going to do is I am going to break from my safety route, and I am going to decide to walk through residential areas that have smaller buildings. So I won't be protected from lightning strikes, and I won't be protected from wind. And we'll see if maybe See if maybe I can tempt fate here. You guys will still get a nice walk in. At least now I'll do a little bit more commentary. Keep you guys company. I'll tell you though, one thing, it is dark, and we still got about an hour left of sunlight, so there's definitely a lot of density in these clouds. One question I used to get a lot, and I'll answer it. I'll just ask it and answer it, because I know one person might be wondering this, but do I ever get annoyed when this happens? You know, when you get into a position, everything looks promising, storm is coming, you're getting good sounds on the thunder in the distance, good visuals, radar's looking good, and then it comes, and then poof, it becomes a dud. And the answer to that is yes. It's one thing that really annoys me. I mean, it really annoys me when that happens. We're on 58th Street and 9th Avenue. So what we're going to do for the remainder of this walk is we're going to just get back into good old Dyker Heights. Got a long ways away. Maybe we get some rain, at least some heavy rain. Although I'm looking at the sky and it just doesn't, you know, I'm very good at looking at the sky and telling the texture, and the texture doesn't look like heavy rain is coming. So, just looks like moderate to light rain. Hopefully Mother Nature could prove me wrong. I'm going to take you guys on a little review of a lot of the streets we walked down in the last year. Right now we are on 60th Street. We did a nice 60th Street walk a few months back, several months back, I guess. We have to, unfortunately, that is the 62nd Street break. That is where the end line runs, and we have to go down to Fort Hamilton Parkway to continue further. So we'll just get on there and stay on there.
It's not common.
Oh, look at this place. What is this place? Looks like, I don't know what it is, actually. Look at this. That is wild. That is really cool. Was it like a fun place, arcade place or something? I wonder if it's, well, it looks like a club, actually. So I guess, yeah, you can have fun. It looked like an arcade at first. I'm like, yeah, maybe that's like a nightclub or something. It's definitely not a place you bring your kids to, I guess. I don't know. All right, so we have no choice. We have to take Fort Hamilton Parkway to get through to get over to 62nd Street. So. So this turns out to be just a regular little old rain walk. It looked promising, and early on we had the lightning and thunder. We had some heavy winds coming in, and then I'll be honest, so far this year, it has not been a good storm season for us here in the Northeast. We've gotten rain, and we've gotten heavy rain at times, but we have not gotten any like big storms. The city got a couple of nice big storms today. And I thought about it, I thought about getting out into the city. And I didn't do it, and well, you know what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We are on Fort Hamilton Parkway. We are no longer in Sunset Park. And this is considered the northwestern tier of Dyker Heights, although people still consider this Sunset Park in this area. You'll find a lot of neighborhoods in Brooklyn that have like this, we call it like a dead zone, like a dead zone, where some areas just don't know what to call it, call themselves. One of those is in Bath Beach. When you get down to like the Bay 40s, is it really Bath Beach still? Is it Gravesend at that point? So we're in that area right now. We're in the area. Is this Bay Ridge? Is this Sunset Park? Is this Dyker Heights? I will defer to the locals. I will let them decide and argue over it. Hot pot, all you can eat. I'll tell you what, I'm hungry. So I want to thank everybody so far for coming along on the walk, all of my regulars out there. And if you're new to the channel, welcome in. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure to stay tuned for more walks. We do a lot of these walks. Hopefully we get a thunderstorm. It's been thunderstorm drought season here in the Northeast. I shouldn't say in the Northeast. There's been a lot of thunderstorms. It's just this area has not been lucky. And strangely enough, that was why I actually went into Sunset Park. I knew that the storms were going to weaken further south, but watching the radar today with the other storms, the storms were pretty strong north in the northern areas of Brooklyn. All right, so this pisses me off right here. Like, what's he doing on the sidewalk? You hear stride where I get a little colorful. Listen, you guys know I'm 98% professional and polite and proper on these walks when I do commentary, but I am a Brooklyn guy, and there's a lot you guys don't hear. And sometimes you guys will hear it. That was just like no brain territory over there. You have people flying by on bikes like that. It is raining harder, so we're getting some hard rain now. And I'm gonna cut down on the commentary for a little bit. But what we'll do is we'll take a side street so you guys can hear the rain better. Maybe you guys want to sit back and relax. All right, we're going down 67th Street. I think what we're going to do is we're going to head down to 14th Avenue. And then we're going to bank it right, and we're going to go the rest of the way on 14th Avenue. We are in Dyker Heights now, what they consider the northern fringes of Dyker Heights. My neighborhood. I am on the south side of Dyker Heights. I mean, if you think about it, this is the north end and I'm on the south end. Dyker Heights is a pretty big neighborhood. It's right up there with Bensonhurst and Bay Ridge and Borough Park. So Dyker Heights covers a lot of ground. Tell you one thing for sure, the temperature is no longer 90 degrees, feels more like 80. Very nice. We do have a heat wave coming in, so it's only going to get hotter. Today it wasn't forecast to get up to the 90s, and it got up to the 90s. It was really hot today. You know what? We'll cross over. That was 11th Avenue. Yeah, we're just doing a nice little street tour here. I don't think we've ever done 67th Street, so we're doing it now. We're doing it in the rain. Really bummed out that that storm did not top out. I mean, that radar looks so sweet too. Had a little bow to it, which usually means very high winds, and that's the story of my life when I do these. It happens more often than not. And every once in a while you get into a really good thunderstorm. We still got July and August, so I mean, it's if this was August, right? If this was August and we hadn't had storms all summer, then I wouldn't feel optimistic about it. But we still got July and we still got August. July is usually the month for New York. We get the really big storms, so we'll see if that happens. We'll see if that plays out. All right, we've made it to 12th Avenue. I almost walked right into that girl. We almost had an on-air accident here. So whatever happens on the rest of this walk, I want to thank everybody for staying this long. Look at that. That's the Norwegian Christian home. I happen to be half Norwegian. I am Italian and Norwegian. This is the Norwegian Christian Home and Healthcare Center. Get a look at the Norwegian flag in a moment if I get past these trees. A little Norwegian flag on a building there. There it is. Or is that like almost, when they put it up like that, it just looks like a cross. Alright, 13th Avenue, we're going to go down to 14th, we're going to make a right, and we're going to walk a little bit longer, and then we're going to end it at some point. I was going to turn on 13th, but I want to save 13th Avenue for another day. So we will not go down 13th. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take this. We're just going to walk, and I'm going to end the walk at Bay Ridge Parkway. I think at that point we'll have enough walking in. Again, this severe thunderstorm winds up being a severe bomb. It was a severe dud. I mean, that was just bad. I mean, wow. I mean, we went from like, I went from, hey, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble here if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing, to, it was just crazy. And it was quick, too. It was, we were in the park, and you saw how that, you could hear the thunder, you could see the lightning. That was that point when that wind was kicking in, and then that was it. That was all. I'm thinking the heaviest center of the storm went south. That's what it looked like. And you know what's funny about that? I should have stayed home. I should have stayed in my neighborhood. That's probably where it was really good. Alright, we're on 14th Avenue. And it feels like the rain has ended. So I'm going to put my umbrella down when I get to the corner here. All right, let's get the umbrella down. So rain has stopped officially. Which is perfect. I said I was going to end it at Bay Ridge Parkway, so we're going to end it shortly after the rain stopped. Got about 5 blocks or so. And we walked all the way from Sunset Park. We walked from pretty much, so if you want to go by street distance, we walked from 6th Avenue and 41st Street. And we are now on 14th Avenue and Bay Ridge Avenue, which is 14th and 69th. So that's how far we've walked so far. And when this camera gets shut off, I will have to keep walking.
No, that's whiskey.
I'll tell you, the sky, the texture of the sky doesn't look ominous at all. It just looks like a normal low pressure system. Looks like I got some mammatus clouds up there. They're hard to see when you don't have the sun shining on them, but there's definitely signs that there was a storm coming through here, but we just witnessed one of the biggest duds ever. But hey, it's a walk. It counts. That's what we do on this channel. We walk around, so it's, you know, it counts. We're going to be walking by the Greek house. This is the big Greek house that does those big Christmas decorations every year. But they didn't do the Christmas decorations last year. It was the first year since the 1980s that they didn't do the lights. I don't know what happened. Hope everything's okay with the family. But they do got the star up there. The star stays up there all year because it's a pain to, you know, just take it down and put it back up. But this is an incredible house, though. Just saying. Yeah, you got a Elon Musk is in the neighborhood. A Cybertruck. Hopefully it doesn't blow up like all his rockets have been blowing up lately. It's a little off topic, but if you guys are into space like me, I'm into space and all that stuff. Elon Musk doing a static fire testing last night over at Massey's. If you guys are not into space, you don't even know what I'm talking about, but there might be one person in here who knows what I'm talking about. But they were doing testing over at the Massey site down over in Starbase in Texas, and the rocket blew up right on the pad as they didn't even get to static fire. Looked like the header tank blew. Big fireball. All right, guys, we're going to be ending it in a couple of blocks. So I want to say my thank yous now before we get there. I want to thank everyone for tagging along. I'm really sorry that we couldn't get a nice storm in, you know, but that's Mother Nature. Mother Nature's going to do what Mother Nature's going to do. Listen, I've been on the other side. If you look at last year's storm, I got it in there. It was that thunderstorm I did down on the Shore Road bike path. You could find it in there. And I don't know what this guy's doing. Is he waiting for me to cross? That storm was the totally opposite of today. It's, you know, I went walking and thought it was just going to be a little, you know, nice little thunder and rain, and it wound up being a full-blown thunderstorm with like 70 miles of wind, some mile-an-hour winds, and I got caught in it right out in the open. I got caught in the worst place you could get caught in a thunderstorm, just down on the shore. You never want to get caught in a thunderstorm by the water. That's a really good video because there's some really good lightning and really good winds in that one. So it happens on both ends. You know, sometimes you go out, you either get a dud or you get a big light show. I'm going to cross the street here. But I want to thank everybody for tagging along, and I will catch you all on the next one. Whether that's rain or shine, we will see. But hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you all on the next one. So take care, and bye-bye.